Okay, Reem, what did you want to ask about the writing?
I didn't hear the second or the first one, but I heard how many minutes should we wash our hands?
I don't understand what you mean, the first or the second one. I don't understand what you mean.
Uh, the things that I should search for, I
Yeah.
heard how many minutes should we wash our hands? I didn't hear the second one.
Your topic was hand washing. What should we do when we're washing our hands? That was what I gave you.
Yes, I didn't. I only heard how many minutes. I
Honey,
didn't
you were
hear.
just supposed to read about hand washing and come back and tell us. I just gave sample questions. You weren't supposed to answer my question specifically. You were just supposed to go and read about hand washing and come and tell us.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yes, Leanne.
Miss, I don't understand. What does imagery means?
Okay, Leanne, close your eyes. I went somewhere with someone and did some things. Do you see a picture of what I did?
No.
Okay, now close your eyes again. I went to a very sunny beach full of white sand with blue water and many children laughing and playing on the sand. I played with them all afternoon and had a great time. Do you have a picture in your mind now?
Yes, I have
Okay.
it in my mind.
So the words that I use are what we call imagery. It's choosing words that will help you create a picture in your mind. Choosing words that will help you visualize.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and take attendance. Unmute your mic, stay here, and then mute your mics again, please. Abdurrahman Kareem.
Here.
Abdurrahman, you need to make sure you raise your voice. I can barely hear you when you say here. Okay? Adito.
Here.
Thank you. Basil.
Here.
Thank you. Iyad Adil.
Here.
Iyad Tamer.
Here.
Hamza. Hamza.
Here.
Muaz. Muaz. Muhammad.
Here.
Thank you. Mustafa. Mustafa. Omar. Omar. Tahir.
Here.
Thank you. Wahma.
Here.
Thank you. Yasin. Yusuf.
Here.
Thank you. Aisel. Aisel. Wafa. Oh, sorry. Not Wafa. Aisel. Sarah.
Here.
Jada.
Here.
Farida. Farida. Jumana.
Here.
Thank you. Jenna. Jenna. Okay. Jada. Jenna. Jumana. Jumana.
Here.
Did I call you twice? Leela. Leela. Lan,
Here.
thank you. Medic,
Here.
Sor,
Here.
Reem,
Here.
Ragnini,
Yes, Miss Amanda.
and Tia. Tia. All right. Rita coming in now. Okay, guys. All right. So we were talking about COVID and we were working on our outline and we were adding information. So I gave some students assignments yesterday to find information to add to our outline before our session ran out. Okay, so if you were told to bring information today, please raise your hand. And there was someone from yesterday that was supposed to recheck their information and give it to us again. All right, Farah, what do you have to add to our outline?
Mine was how many deaths worldwide?
How many deaths worldwide? Okay, so tell us.
3.73 million.
3.73 million. That's a lot of people, isn't it? All right, thank you, dear. All right, Leanne.
Yes, I was asked for how COVID-19 started.
Okay, go ahead.
By starting eating bats.
Okay.
At China.
Recording in progress.
Somebody has a mic behind them very loud. I'm eating bats in China. Okay, thank you. All right, Wahba,
Yes.
what was your information?
How like social distancing.
Okay, tell us.
We should stay 6 feet or 2 meters apart from each other.
All right. So stay 2 meters apart. Okay. Thank you very much. Reem,
Yes.
your information.
Washing hands can keep you healthy and prevent the spread of respiratory.
Okay, what should you do when washing your hands?
Wash our hands for 20 seconds.
Okay. Well, all right, wash for 20 seconds. Thank you. Basil?
Wearing a mask.
Okay.
Was wearing mask help people prevent COVID-19
Okay,
because
so go ahead.
it blocks the virus to come to your nose, which can cause a big problem. So this is why we should wear a mask.
Okay, so it blocks the virus. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, so now we have finished our outline with the exception of cures. So let's, if you have not done research for the outline, please raise your hand. Only 2 people? Everybody else has done research? Okay, so lucky, all right, Mohammed, thank you. That's three. Three people have not done four. Okay, thank you. All right, when I go back to give participation grades, I'm gonna watch the video and write your grades next to what you've done. So it's good that you're telling me that you have not done. Okay, Iad Adil, I want you to find out about isolation. Why people should isolate. How should they isolate? What measures should they take to separate themselves from their family, okay?
Okay.
Jada, I want you to find out about medicine. What type of medicine are doctors telling people to take? What type of vitamins are they telling them to take? What is the advice from a medical standpoint as far as taking medication, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Mohammed, I want to know about people who are staying in the hospital. What's the
Of
average
course.
time that they stay in the hospital? Okay,
Okay.
and what is do most people who enter the hospital come out okay with no problems? Do some of them have complications? Find out how the hospital stay affects them, how long they stay, and what the doctors are doing while they're there, okay?
Okay.
All right, Abdurrahman, I want you to find out about vaccines. What vaccines are available? Are they being administered here in Egypt? Are they being administered worldwide? Are they having a positive impact on COVID? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Tahir, do you have a question for us?
No, I didn't have
You
one.
didn't do research?
No.
Okay, but your hand was the last one to go up, so I don't have something else to give you. Why don't, let me see for 1 second. What can I give you? It's okay, Tahir. I'll give you something else to do as far as writing the thing. Don't worry. Yes, Abdurrahman.
Miss Amanda, I have an idea for Tahir. Can I say?
Sure.
What about the things inside the coronavirus? When I searched for coronavirus, it showed me things inside it. He can write the things inside it. That's
Yeah,
my opinion.
I don't think we need to dissect what the coronavirus is made of because we're not writing a paper about science. We're just writing a general information paper. So I don't think we need to know the parts of the virus. Thank you. I will make sure Tahir has some participation. Don't worry. Okay. Now,
How can help Farah if Farah didn't do one?
okay, guys, don't forget to raise your hand before you speak in class and take permission. Okay, and Farah has already done her part. All right. Let's take a look at the outline. We're going to start writing our first draft. Once we finish our outline, we can take the information from our outline and we can start to write our draft, okay? So we're going to start using our information to write our paper. Now, as we are writing, remember, it's very important that we use an introductory sentence. What do we use an introductory sentence for? Hamza, what's an introductory sentence for?
We use it to tell the reader about what we're writing about.
That's right. We want to explain to our reader what we're going to talk about. So it's important in the first sentence or two that our reader understands what they are reading about, okay? That way they decide whether or not they want to continue reading. That way they find out if your writing is interesting. Remember, it's a good idea to say something at the beginning that will grab their attention. Okay, so let's start writing our paper. 1 second while I open another document. me just save this one first. Although it should have automatically saved. Okay. All right. Let's open the Word document first. I'll move this here. And let's open folder. Why is it not letting me open two? Change. Let's try it this way. There we go. Okay. All right. So now let's take a look at our first paragraph. Our first paragraph is going to tell us what COVID is about, when COVID started, where COVID started, how COVID started. Okay. So I need a volunteer to give us an introductory sentence that we can use to tell our reader what we are going to talk about. Okay, Reem, go ahead.
Today we are going to
And we never
talk
say
about
today. We never write today because we're not going to say today. Somebody may read it today, somebody may read it next week, somebody may read it next month. We're not talking to someone, we are writing, okay? So you could say today if you're standing in front of people, but we won't write it as part of our paper. Try again.
we will talk about COVID.
Not gonna talk. We're not talking. So we don't write, we will talk. We are writing, not talking. Try again. Remember, you want it to be interesting so that your reader wants to read your paper.
I don't know.
Okay, Hamza, give us a chance. Give us an idea.
Now we're gonna talk about
Not
COVID-19.
now. Again, we can't say today. We can't say now. We don't know when the person is going to read, and we are not talking. We are writing. Same thing that Reem said. We're not talking. We're writing. So we need to use a sentence that introduces our writing. We're not standing in front of anyone presenting. So we can't say now we are talking. Ramini?
Many times, pandemics hit the world. COVID-19 is such a pandemic.
Okay, that's very good. That's excellent, actually. Okay. So COVID-19 was the first pandemic to hit the world in like 100 years. So it's a good thing to say that this is a pandemic unlike anything we've ever seen before in our lifetime. Okay. So it's excellent to start by pointing out that this is a pandemic. Say your sentence for me again, Ragmini.
Okay. Years before, many pandemics hit the world.
Okay.
Miss Amanda?
I'm writing it, honey. Let's say in the years before, or how about we say in the past? In the past, many pandemics have, you said, hit the world. Okay, what else?
COVID-19 is just like the other pandemics.
COVID-19
One
Yeah.
example of a pandemic.
is one of these pandemics. Okay? All right, so this is a great introduction. It says, in the past, many pandemics have hit the world. COVID-19 is one of these pandemics. Okay, thank you very much, Ragmini. Iad, can you tell us how we can tell where it happened? Iad Adel.
Yes.
Okay, how can I add where COVID-19 started?
COVID-19 started from someone, Elizabeth, in China.
All right, so let's say this pandemic began when someone ate a bat in China during December of 2019. Okay? All right, that puts all the information that you gave me together, Iad. Thank you. Okay, now I said that we have a pandemic. COVID-19 is one of the pandemics, and that this pandemic started in China by someone eating a bat in 2019 during December of that year. Okay, so now if I want to talk about how many cases, what do I need to do? If I want to talk about how many cases, what's the next thing I need to do, Mohammed? Use your outline to help you. What do I need to do now?
Now,
Yes.
begin another paragraph.
Great. We have to start a new paragraph because we have moved on to our second Roman numeral. Remember, we separated
Yes.
these into main ideas. So this was our first main idea in detail. This is our second main idea and the details, okay? So let's start by introducing that we're going to talk about the cases. How can I do that, Mohammed?
I have one. So people got it, and it's 174 million worldwide cases.
Okay, so we can say many
People got it.
many people were infected
My
with
COVID
the COVID-19
pandemic.
virus. Okay, many people were infected with the COVID-19 virus. There are 174 million cases to date. That means until now. Okay?
Yes.
And when we say cases to date, that means until now. Okay, thank you, Mohammed. What about Egypt? How do I bring Egypt into the mix? Leanne, what should I add?
Then it infected Egypt by what's that number?
Yes.
267,000 cases.
Okay, so in Egypt, 267,000 cases were reported
Infected.
so far. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Adito. How do I add highest and lowest?
Yes.
How can I
We
add
can
highest and
say
lowest?
that I think we should say that the country with the highest cases is USA and the lowest cases is Micronesia.
Okay, very good. So we can say the United States, whoops, the United States, I have very fat fingers when typing, sorry. The United States of America has had more cases than any other country. Than any other countries with a reported 34 million cases. Okay. On the other hand, Micronesia has had the lowest number of cases reported, or should we say Micronesia has had only one case? Let's say that. On the other hand, Micronesia has had only one case. Okay? All right, let's move on down to the next part of our outline. What should I talk about next? Hamza, what should I talk about next?
This is
Okay, so what should I write?
Rosie, this is a in the world.
Okay, so what should I write?
Many people died
Okay.
from COVID. No, not many people. Could you tell me what is the number of the deaths? Because
It's right here on the
yes.
screen. Can you see it?
Yes, I see. Yes, 1,000,000.
No, 3 million.
307.
This is number one, part of our outline.
Oh, 3,000,073.
Okay, so can we say almost 4 million?
Almost 4 million. Okay.
Let's say almost 4 million of these cases have resulted in death. Okay, so almost 4 million people from these cases that we're talking about have resulted in their death. Okay, all right, so next, we're now at what part of our outline? We are at part 3. What should we do at part 3, Wahba?
Yes.
What should we do at part 3?
We should write how to. We should write ways to prevent the spread of coronavirus.
Okay, so how should I start that? I've just written that almost 4 million of these cases have resulted in deaths.
But here are ways to prevent the spread of COVID.
Okay, so should I write, but there are ways? What does this number 3 mean for me?
Roman numeral.
Okay, so what should I do?
A new paragraph.
That's right. Start a new paragraph because I'm starting a new topic. Okay, don't forget we indent at the start of our paragraphs. Thank you. All right, some of those people who are sitting at the bottom of the thing and not participating. Farida.
Miss,
Yes,
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
COVID is supposed to be all capital because it's an acronym for something.
Okay, honey. Are
Yes,
you sure? All right. Are you sure?
Yes. The CO stands for corona, the VI stands for virus, and the D stands for disease.
Coronavirus disease. All right. I will change that. Or I'm trying to change that. Again. There we go. Okay. All right. So now let's get back to preventing. Farida, can you tell us what should we say as an introduction to the fact that we're going to talk about prevention?
We should say that every time we have to about the prevent, we have to like hand wash every 20 when we wash our hands, we have to wash it for 20 seconds
Okay.
because we have to clean our hands
Okay.
to
So we
get
want
away
to
from
tell
the virus.
people, we want to tell people that they can hand wash, wear masks, and social distance. How can I
Yes.
introduce that? How can
Um,
I say? There are what?
say it's something just as safety.
Okay, so we can say there are ways to,
Ways to how to prevent and how to get away from the COVID-19
okay, so there are
by
ways to prevent the spread and ways to prevent the spread and contact of the COVID-19 virus. Okay, all right. Thank you.
welcome.
Leanne, tell me what I should say about hand washing.
Yes.
Using the outline, what should I say about hand
Hand
washing?
washing. Uh, after we are back from the streets or outdoors, we must hand wash if there's a virus in our hands for 20 seconds.
Okay, is it only when we go outdoors? What about if you're at
No.
home and someone brings a delivery? Shouldn't you wash your hands after touching?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say,
And also after deliveries.
all right, so let's say you should wash your hands frequently, which means to do it a lot, frequently, and for at least 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Okay. All right, thank you. Melik,
Okay. You're welcome.
Melik, what can we say about wearing masks?
Wearing masks, we
Use
can
the
say
outline.
people should always, during outdoors, wear masks. So the masks blocks the virus, or maybe you can say, so the mask prevents the virus. Wearing masks is important because it prevents the virus from getting
Wearing masks is important
because it prevents
blocks,
the virus. Yeah.
because it blocks the virus from entering
Your body.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
yeah. You're welcome.
All right. Ragmini, what should I say about social distancing?
I have never done this.
Um, when you meet a person, you should stay 2 meters apart. So the it's so it blocks the virus from entering your body.
Okay. So when you are around others, I will
You
put
should
that, you should stay at least 2 meters apart. Okay. All right. So now we have completed Roman numeral 1. What is COVID? Where, when, and how? Roman numeral 2. How many cases? Worldwide, in Egypt, the highest and lowest countries, and the number of deaths. Prevention. We have completed a paragraph about how to prevent spreading or contacting the virus, okay? All right, so now, tomorrow, what do we still have to do? What is left on our list of things to do tomorrow? Mr. Cameron, what will we do tomorrow?
We must continue our pre-writing.
What will we do? What are we going to do? How do we continue it?
By searching up the information we need.
By starting a new paragraph.
Melik, don't talk across the room without permission. Okay, so we're going to complete number 4 tomorrow.
Means
Number
it's
4, we're
gonna
going to talk about cures. Okay, I've given out this to students to research. Tomorrow we will add that information to our outline and we will write our final paragraph, okay? Then
Yes.
we'll take a look at revising and proofreading our paragraph before we make our final copy. The nice
Miss
thing,
Amanda, please, before we end the session, may I ask a question? If I did not do anything right because the voice was kind of lagging in the session,
okay,
did
no
you
problem.
give me any words or should I search anything?
No, and not unless no, honey. If I didn't call on you and speak to you, no.
No, the voice was just lagging. I think
But
you said
even if it
yes.
was lagging, you didn't raise your hand to tell me that you didn't research when I asked. Even if it was lagging, you could have told me after, but you didn't raise your hand to tell me. So I've already given out all the research. Okay, now we have done the first 3 paragraphs. Tomorrow we will complete the 4th paragraph. We will then do revision and proofreading on our paper before we make the final draft. The nice thing about typing it is that we will do it all